Let's be honest, does it ever feel like there's a bit of a gap when you're talking to the younger people in your life? Your grandkids, nieces, nephews, maybe even just younger folks you meet? It can sometimes feel like we're speaking slightly different languages, can't it? Just trying to connect. If you feel that way sometimes, you're definitely not alone. Many of us truly cherish those connections, but sometimes those conversations can feel, well, a little strained. Maybe you walk away feeling like you weren't really heard, or perhaps you find yourself worrying about saying the wrong thing. But what if I told you there are simple, gentle shifts we can make in how we communicate? Little things that can help bridge that gap, things that lead to more meaningful chats, stronger bonds, and that wonderful feeling of really connecting with the younger people around you. That's exactly what we're going to explore together today on Golden Years Guide. We'll gently uncover 5 common mistakes, and believe me, we've probably all made them when talking to young people, and more importantly, look at what we might try instead. Sometimes just understanding these little pitfalls can make such a difference. Think about it for a moment. Wouldn't it be lovely to feel truly understood, and maybe understand their world a little better too? To share the wisdom life has given you in a way that truly lands, and maybe learn something new from their fresh perspective. So, grab a comfy seat and let's explore this together. We'll start with the very first mistake that can often create a disconnect, and it's one that comes from the best of intentions. But first, have you ever caught yourself jumping in with advice before it was asked for? Go on, be honest. Let me know in the comments if that rings a bell. Hello everyone, my name's David, and I'm really glad you found Golden Years Guide. I hope it becomes a helpful space for you. All right, let's get into the heart of our chat today, starting with that first common communication mistake. Okay, let's gently tackle that first one. The habit of offering advice when it wasn't asked for. Now please know, I understand this comes from a place of caring. Truly, we have all this life experience, and we just want to help, right? But maybe think about how it feels on the receiving end when someone constantly tells you what they think you should do. Imagine your granddaughter Sarah mentioning she's feeling stressed about an exam. Our instinct, born of love, might be to jump in. Well, here's what always worked for me. While helpful in theory, maybe her stress is different, or her study style has changed. Our fix might not even apply. Or take your grandson Tom, excitedly talking about a new project. If our first reaction is to point out all the watch-outs based on our past, even with good intentions, it can feel like a bit of a wet blanket on his enthusiasm, can't it? Maybe the secret here is all about timing and asking. Instead of leading with solutions, what if we led with curiosity? Oh, tell me more about that. Or, that sounds interesting. What are your thoughts on handling it? It creates space. It shows we trust their judgment. And then, if they want our hard-earned advice, they feel comfortable asking for it. Knowing when to offer advice and when to simply listen ties closely to our second common mistake. Moving right along to mistake number 2, unintentionally dominating the conversation. And let's face it, sometimes when we get talking about something we know, we can get a bit carried away. Think of a good chat, like a comfortable rally in tennis, back and forth, easy rhythm. But sometimes, maybe without meaning to, we end up holding the racket the whole time, taking all the shots, leaving the other person just watching. Perhaps you're chatting with your niece Emily about her weekend. You ask, she starts to answer, and suddenly you're reminded of your weekends way back when, and off you go. Before you know it, the conversation became a monologue, and poor Emily never got to finish her thought. Or maybe with a younger colleague, David, talking tech. Instead of letting him share his excitement, maybe we jump in with our own knowledge, accidentally taking over the very topic he brought up. What really helps here is consciously practicing active listening. It's about asking those open questions, then truly zipping it for a moment to let them answer fully, showing we're engaged with a nod or a simple, interesting. It's about making them feel like their words matter, just as much as ours, creating that lovely two-way street. And speaking of words, sometimes the actual words we use can create a little bump in the road, which brings us to mistake number 3. Mistake number 3 is one that catches us all sometimes, using language or references from back in the day without a little context. Goodness, language changes so fast, doesn't it? It's like trying to keep up with a speeding train sometimes. Slang, pop culture. What was common knowledge for us might draw a complete blank stare now. Imagine describing something great as totally groovy. Your grandson might smile politely but have zero clue what you mean. Or referencing a beloved TV show from the 60s or 70s. It was huge for us, but ancient history for them. Same with historical events. A story starting, "This reminds me of Watergate," needs a quick, "That was a big political scandal when I was younger," to help them connect the dots. Maybe just being mindful and offering a quick explanation is the key. If you use an old term, add a simple definition. "That's groovy. It just meant really cool." Mentioning an old show, "It was a comedy about..." Just that little bit of context invites them in, instead of leaving them feeling lost. Being understood is wonderful, but truly understanding them, well, that leads us beautifully into mistake number 4. And it's a big one for connection. Accidentally dismissing their interests or passions. Think about how it feels when something you love, something that lights you up, gets brushed off by someone you care about. Ouch, right? It can make you feel silly or unimportant. Young people feel that exact same sting. So maybe your granddaughter Chloe is excitedly explaining her favorite video game. Our first thought might be concern about screen time, leading to, "Why not go outside?" But that can unintentionally make her feel like her joy isn't valid. Or your nephew Michael shares some music that frankly sounds like noise to us. If we say that out loud, it might close the door on him sharing what he loves with us again. The real connection comes when we show genuine curiosity. Even if we don't get it, we don't have to pretend to love online gaming or modern music. But asking, "What do you enjoy most about that?" Or, "Tell me what that music makes you feel," shows we care about them and what makes them happy. It's about valuing the person, not necessarily the passion itself. And valuing them as a person, passions and all, perfectly sets up our final point. And mistake number 5, perhaps the most fundamental, failing to truly acknowledge their experiences and feelings. It's so easy to forget, just because their problems might seem smaller compared to our decades of life experience. Their feelings are just as real, just as big to them in that moment. If your young neighbor, Olivia, is heartbroken over a friendship issue, brushing it off with, "Oh, you'll get over it, everyone goes through that," might feel minimizing, even if we mean to reassure her. What if instead we simply acknowledged her feelings with empathy? A simple, "Oh honey, that sounds really tough," or "I can see why you'd feel so upset." Often, just feeling heard is what they need most, not necessarily a solution from us. So, there we have it, our gentle look at 5 common communication hiccups, jumping in with unsolicited advice, doing most of the talking, using unfamiliar terms without context, dismissing their interests, and forgetting to validate their feelings. Just being a little more mindful of these and leading with empathy, curiosity, and respect can truly open up doors to wonderful connections with the younger generation. It's about building bridges and enjoying the journey together. Which of these points made you nod your head the most? Or maybe you have a different challenge or a success story to share. Please tell us in the comments below. Reading your experiences truly helps us all learn. If this chat was helpful, would you mind giving it a quick thumbs up? It really does help others find our little community here. And of course, if you'd like more conversations like this about navigating our golden years with joy and connection, please subscribe to Golden Years Guide and maybe hit that notification bell too. Remember, connecting across generations is such a gift. Let's keep learning together. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today, and we'll chat again soon in the next video. Until then, stay well, stay connected, and bye for now.